I was talking before the break about Liz Cheney calling out the scum, the filth that are the dregs of the Republican Party, now the Christian Fascist Party, and how she's not getting any help from the so-called leadership of the Republican Party, which is, well, it's understandable because the Republican Party is a corpse. Normally, corpses do not speak, although in the case of the Fascist Christian Party, they're speaking, and they are all the members of the Fascist Christian Party are of the walking dead. They're terrifying, they're horrifying, and they're trying to destroy the country. But Elise Stefanik, I can't get over her. I thought she was, when she was tapped by Kevin McCarthy to take Liz Cheney's place, because Liz Cheney decided to tell the truth and try to investigate as to the genesis of the Nazis that tried to overthrow the government, our government, the fascist Christians. And McCarthy, being a fascist Christian himself, could not handle it, so he removed her from her position of power. And the other fascist Christians selected Elise Stefanik, a representative from New York State. So she, Stefanik, this demon, and she is a demon. I mean, I'm not talking about, demons from hell. I'm talking about demonic people who have lost, if they ever had one, their souls. And they talk the kind of stuff that causes people to go berserk and kill again and again and again. But Stefanik and other fascist Christian lawmakers came under scrutiny yesterday for their echoing of this bullshit great replacement conspiratorial nuttery that inspired this 18-year-old who killed 10 people at a supermarket in Buffalo. The theory, you know it by now, it claims that politicians and they're liberal or they're Jewish or they're Muslim or they're immigrant or they're progressive supporters are trying to wipe out white Americans. God damn it. The people that the Q bitches and bastards are accusing of doing this are white. Chris Cillizza said, the question doesn't have an easy answer, but there is some evidence to suggest that House, he calls them GOP leaders, these are fascist Christians, have, at a minimum, been willing to look the other way as some in their ranks have flirted with major figures in the white nationalist movement. In February, the Q bitch from here in Georgia, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and the sick fuck from Arizona, Paul Gosar, addressed a conference that was organized by Nick Fuentes, the white nationalist demon. And that was nothing but the latest in a series of episodes for this fucker Gosar. And a few Republicans, members of the House and Senate who think they're still part of the Republican Party, like Mitt Romney, Senator Romney, blasted the Q bitch and this pig from Arizona for their attendance. But the House Minority Leader, Kevin, hi, I'm a Christian McCarthy, said nothing. I have here an exchange in early March between California Republican, between what's his name, McCarthy, who is a California Republican, and Capitol Hill reporters on that topic. Reporter, any update on your conversations with Congressman Gosar and Greene? McCarthy, yeah, I've talked to Greene. I'm still waiting to talk to Gosar. Reporter, and McCarthy, yeah, I talked to him. Reporter, but I think you told Jake and Manu there's no place for that? McCarthy, there isn't no place for that. There's no place for what has gone on with that organization by far, and there never will be in this party, and it will never be tolerated. Reporter, will she go again? McCarthy, no, she will not go again. Reporter, any repercussions for her? McCarthy, look, my conversations with my members are exactly that, and I appreciate you asking. They have the ability to be able to get committees based upon that time when it comes. End quote. To which I answer, what the fuck are you talking about, McCarthy? You Nazi son of a bitch, you gutless, rotten, fascist Christian. Over the weekend, Adam Kinzinger, the Illinois Republican who's not running for re-election, he's on the select committee investigating what these Christians did on January 6th. He suggested that New York Representative Elise Stefanik, who is now the number 3 Republican, she was the one picked by the Christian bastard McCarthy to replace Liz Cheney. And Kinzinger suggested, or pointed out, I should say, that this Christian Nazi bitch Elise Stefanik pushed white replacement theory, and he was referencing Facebook ads paid for by Stefanik's campaign that used language echoing replacement theory. Bullshit. The text of the ad read this way, quote, radical Democrats are planning their most aggressive move yet, a permanent election insurrection, end quote. And then the text had images of migrants crossing the border reflected in Joe Biden's sunglasses. And in a statement released this morning, Alex DeGrasse, who is a senior advisor to this Nazi bitch Stefanik, he said that, quote, any implication or attempt to blame the heinous shooting of Buffalo on the Congresswoman is a disgusting new low for the left, their never-Trump allies, and their sycophant stenographers in the media, end quote. Oh, yeah? What about you, Alex? You're a Christian Nazi too, aren't you? Here's the thing. When you don't condemn, and to some degree, punish members of your own dead party, when they align themselves with these white Nazis in this country and white Nazi ideology here in this country, you open the door for it to happen again and again and again. Now, Chris Cillizza says this, quote, that fact doesn't mean that the likes of McCarthy or Stefanik bear direct blame for what happened in Buffalo over the weekend. Whoa, stop, Chris. Stop. Because to that I say, look, I respect you, Chris Cillizza. I mean, you know, you're editor-in-chief of, or editor-at-large at CNN. I agree with 98.8% of what you write about. But that's bullshit. That's bullshit. They do bear direct blame. Bastards like McCarthy and bitches like Stefanik with the garbage, the so-called dog whistle crap and the not-so-dog whistle violence they put out over the top of their Christian ideology. Yes, direct blame, Chris. Come on, man. I realize you work for a news-gathering organization and you've got to have some kind of neutrality or whataboutism. I get that, and I feel sorry for you that you have to do that. I don't. They are directly responsible. Directly. Chris says there's no question that Republican leaders have allowed intolerance and noxious notions like white replacement theory to fester within their ranks over the past few years. But Chris, Mr. Saliza, may I? I mean, Liz Cheney rightly notes that those actions, or more accurately, the inaction on the part of scum like McCarthy, have consequences. The country is littered with corpses this weekend because of the ideology of replacement theory. Is that responsible for a bar fight that leaves 2 people dead? I say yes, because the availability of weapons of mass destruction, guns, long guns, handguns with clips that can contain 30 rounds, assault rifles that are used in the military. This shit comes because of Donald Trump and Stefanik and Gosar and McCarthy, because these slimy son of a bitches will not say the first word. Oh, and Mitch McConnell, that turtle ugly looking fucker, they won't say the first word about getting these goddamn guns removed. Second Amendment, my ass. I've said before, Second Amendment, fine. You can have as many one-shot, barrel-loading fucking guns as you want. That's what they used when the Second Amendment was written, you lying son of a bitches. You want a flintlock? Fine. You want 20 of them? Fine. I'll defend to the death your right to own a goddamn flintlock where you have to barrel load it, stuff the ball down, stuff the black powder, ram it down, pull it back, bang. But beyond that, hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. As you know, we've switched formats and are now broadcast exclusively on the Progressive Voices Network. So that means you get fewer program interruptions, no corporate commercials, and lots of profanity. But our format change also means some of our radio listeners no longer hear the program. It's been a while since I mentioned our podcasts, so you may have forgotten that there is a way to listen to this program anytime you need a good dose of screaming. Visit MikeMalloy.com and subscribe to our podcasts. As a podcast subscriber, you can download the program to your mobile device and take me with you wherever you go. And if you have a friend who needs a dose of truth-seeking, you can give a gift subscription as well. That's MikeMalloy.com, and never miss a minute of the uncensored fun and frivolity.